Hello, beautiful, amazing world, and all of you fantastic individuals, you awe-inspiring, unique human being you. Today I would like to speak about don't disdain the earth. Find the divine life behind everything spirit, everything material. Like a finger belonging to your hand, you belong to this earth and this cosmos. Cut yourself off from the finger and you will rot away. Same principle, same picture with spiritual work. You see, life force, the etheric, is given to us by the hierarchy, by the divine. If we do not acknowledge that, well, it is like it doesn't exist. What happens if we don't have healthy life force? One can only speculate, right? You see, it is true spiritual science and spiritual work is healthy. It is about unfolding the health, the understanding, the love and compassion for the world. You see, love, compassion, devotion, reverence. I am speaking about these feelings every time because they are so necessary and important for spiritual work. We cannot be critical skeptics and say, show me. You can't do that. Because if you force someone to show you, they rarely will. Rarely will they. It is truly about honor, respect, and dignity. Reverence is, well, I much would rather prefer to teach a human being that comes to me in awe, curiosity, and wonder than a skeptic. You feel the two differences here. You see, when you are a skeptic, you have already sealed yourself to a certain state, to a certain worldview. When you are curious, wondrous, and open, that is when you are receptive. It is truly about not being theoretical, to not have this speculation and abstract thinking, but to truly find concrete, realistic, spiritual nature behind everything physical. It is truly to see the spirits of movements in every single movement, to see the spirits of form in every single structure and shapes, to see the spirits of wisdom in every architectural, how it forms. You see that it is kind of like a building company where you have the architect at the top and that is giving the inspiration for the building, and then you're going further downwards. It's the same principle. And some people are stronger in certain areas than others. Some are good at inspiring, others are good at putting this inspiration out to action, others are guides for, like the foreman that is out on the floor and is guiding from a little higher vantage point. It is the same with spiritual work. There's a hierarchy to this. The first hierarchy is the giver of the blueprint of the whole cosmos. They are given direct orders from the Godhead. Then they sacrifice their own substance to create and to start forming the physical world. The throne sacrificing their heat substance, their body, to the spirits of form, spirits of wisdom, spirits of movement, and to the archai, the prime beginnings. Once the prime beginnings comes, is when the physical and time starts. You see, we need to have outer celestial bodies to be able to calculate time, or else it is only duration. Close your eyes and just feel the duration, but you're not 100% sure how long it has taken. You get my drift here. That is how it was before before the physical matter was condensed thoroughly. So, where was I in this? Yeah. The spiritual work that is required today is about connecting this earth and the physical again to the spiritual. Do not think that the outer world is Maya anymore, or if you do so, then we study Maya. It is still God. It is still the divine. It is still the hierarchy. And the more we get to know both our inner being in relation to the outer being, the astral world outside and the astral world inside, the etheric world outside and the etheric world inside, the physical outside and the physical, I was about to say inside, but we are fully physical, visual, visible beings. So, by developing a healthy spiritual and a thorough, precise, kind of mathematical. Now, I am not very good at mathematics. I'm left-handed, so I am creative and imaginary. have imagination and picture showing. I am not that good at connecting together numbers and geometry and such things. I can be, but I feel that is not my area of focus in this lifetime. If you are more inclined to the mathematical and calculative, then, well, you have a huge advantage in the spiritual work, as long as you don't drag down the spiritual work to the material. If you drag the whole universe down only to numbers, well, what are you going to do with that? It is useless. Numbers are meant to show the harmonies in the universe. 7 colors, 7 tones, 7 civilizations, 7 root races, 7 rounds. Everything comes in sevens, as an example. The 7 seas. I wonder if you have 7 continents. Just kidding. That is meaning of the numbers. You see the universe measured in numbers and weight, and that is how you see the harmony within the universe, so that you can get a glimpse and a hold of the life that is behind the numbers. You see, the numbers are following certain will impulses, and if you are only focused on the numbers, that is only certain effects of the already deeply divine and spiritual cosmos. Well, focusing on any kind of area of spirituality, as I focus from day to day, I thoroughly integrate physical, etheric, astral, and ego, the rudiments of the manas, the buddhi and the atman, as best as I can, and also studying the outer reality of things, including mankind, to see what we focus on, what we are distracted by, what we need, what we should. You see here, this is what it is about, a dance with the whole world. And to be able to every day have certain guiding feelings towards this healthy spiritual endeavors. Taking in the Christ. Because the Christ today, the Christ was, before he was physical, he showed himself in the burning bush. He was announced before Christianity was called Christianity. He has been announced in the mysteries since the beginning of the post-Atlantean civilizations, even in the Atlantean civilizations. This is about, we human beings had fallen so low into darkness and material sensuality that our God had to come down physically to us to show us the way again. And that grace, that sacrifice, is the most sublime thing I can think of on this planet Earth. That our Father, begotten a physical being that could guide. It is huge pictures. And when Christ died as a human being, as a physical being, his life force united with this earth. in the etheric world. Christ is this earth. Christ is living in the spirit of the earth, which is why I said, I will be with you even to the ends of the earth times. And Paul said, not yet I, but that Christ worketh within me. Tell them the I am sent thee. That was before we could say I to ourselves. That was the unspoken word of God. I am. That was not allowed earlier, before Moses. It was only rudiments of it. Which is why it's important to have gratitude and devotion for the gifts we have given as human beings and the saved, and that we actually became saved. Think about right before the Christ appeared, the chaotic, dark, violent, brutal world we had. And then, like a beacon of light, doom, pulsating out in the black sea of darkness, is the picture. And once he died on the cross, we again have the opportunity to light up the world again in love, in Philadelphia, community of sibling love, of brotherly and sisterly love, through freedom. We need to choose this. We are not given anything, we will not be forced. We have choice. So that is why we cultivate this with our own being and, well, willpower. How sincere are you in your endeavors? And the stronger you become in your will and in your love, the more authority and power you are given to give more love. If you misuse it, it will be taken away from you. Remember this. And if you get powers again thereafter, it is not from the good beings. Remember that. Love is the way to go. Inclusive and participating wisdom, love and knowledge. The way, the truth and the life. That means right, a straight up position, upright, standing, with right speech, speaking truth, and with a right life, with a right lifestyle, with certain, not habits, because habits means a programming of repetitive actions. No, living presently. From time to time, from moment to moment, you feel every change and occurrence like an ocean of waves and crests, and you see where I'm going. There are many changes. The astral world specifically are very turbulent because there are a whole lot of conflict there, of disagreements and such. And that is also where the chess play is played out. If you can overcome a disagreement in the astral world, it is also overcome in the physical world. So that is why you discuss with yourself, you communicate with yourself, you even discuss with your opponents. You visualize your opponents and discuss with them. Of course, you visualize them as honorable human beings with their perspectives. If they become aggressive and such, we take it in strides and learn, and slowly but steadily going into becoming gracious and dignified. So, healthy spiritual endeavors. Focusing and unfolding the potential for our thinking, feeling and willing, and purifying our astral body, our etheric body and our physical body, and truly finding the I-ness in you, the personality in you, you as the center, you as the chooser, and not let yourself be dragged by everything and everyone, but choose your own path, choose what you wish to see in this world. Choose to be the example. Choose to be the master you wish you had in your earlier years. So others can have that help if they need it. Only if they need it and wish for it. We don't force, but we do show that there are things that are healthy and there are things that are unhealthy. So, be brave in this. Stand strong in your own individuality. You're not meant to fit in and have everyone accept you. You don't need this inadequacy problem or inadequacy complex. You are seriously wonderful. You are unique, and you are, once you find the I am. I will go back, just as an example. In the ancient Lemurian times, we didn't have this physical shape we had. Our shapes, we weren't individual either. We were collective soul groups, and there were 4 different soul groups. The bull, the most physical. The lion, the most etheric, which is developed the heart and the aggressiveness and the moving forwardness. Then we have the eagle, which is of the astral, the looking high above and see things in a whole picture and so on, and you soar more or less. That is the feeling you get in the astral. But you are not connected directly to the earth either. You're not that physical. And then you have the leader of them all, the man, the I. Why were they the leaders? Because they had a center. This center is something spiritual and divine. Of course, you can hollow out your center so your ego becomes something black magic. But don't do that. Don't hollow out your being, please. And yeah, by unfolding your I-ness, you automatically, well, you have to inspire. Because if you are given graces, if you are given certain understandings and do not share them, you hoard them for yourself, I promise you, you will not be able to uphold that, sustaining it for very long. Because this is for all. This is for the world. This is for everyone. Important to know. So if you cultivate something in egotism and hoarding it for yourself, keeping it secret, well, the reckoning will come. And I do not wish ill upon anyone, but I do not wish that upon my worst enemy either. That is certainly a fate worse than death. Being completely, utterly excommunicated by the divine. You must have been an awful, brutal, cruel, and demonic human being to have gone to be excommunicated. So remember this, you are not in the danger zone just yet. Only the true black magicians, which we are starting to see the effects of today also, is starting to read the black magic alphabet with conscious intent. Don't do that. Follow the good beings, follow the God, follow the Christ, and you will not be led astray. They will guide you towards to where we are meant to be, cultivate and unfold our potential, our inner Christ principle. This was kind of a little more poetic video than otherwise, but sometimes I just have to let myself see where it goes, see what comes, because I have a topic I speak, and it is only an outline of it, but I am in a certain framework also. So I imagine what I have absorbed and integrated within my being and put things together in, well, concrete and comprehensive pictures of life and the divine. That is where I was. Yeah. The prime beginnings. So by contemplating on the hierarchy, on the past, on the ancient Saturn phase, the start of the heat, and the heat worked upon by the spirits of the lower hierarchies until they become condensed even more, shaping forms and individual bodies and celestial forms in the sky. And the lower we go, the more physical things become. And it is, the more deeper you become, the more advanced it also becomes, because it kinds of, more spirits are born from the first and second hierarchy. So advanced, everything is intertwined together with each other. So, and we as human beings are a blend of dark and light, and by cultivating our dark light so that our whole being can be purified to be pure light. Even the darkness, what can't be shed, what can't be transformed. Imagine this. Imagine you are a being with you have certain good traits, and you have certain subconscious evil traits. If it goes too far, these evil traits will not be able to unite with the sun later. You can only unite the good part of yourself with the sun when the Philadelphia comes. The rest will fall, shed away, and become beings of their own in the 8th sphere, also called hell. It is the corpse of this earth, once this earth has been spiritualized in the future. That is where Surat will reign. He will be... I don't even want to imagine what kind of hellish, demonic reality they will have there, but we will experience it for a while in the future. It will start when, in around 2400, Uriphiel the Terrible will start to reign. You know why it's called Uriphiel the Terrible? Because he is the one that teaches us humility through punishment and pain. We have gone so far in our materialistic view that we have to be given admonition in the most intense sense of the word, to make us either getting so broken down that we choose God again, or, well, fall to the 8th sphere. This is far in the future though, of course. But Uriphiel will rule with an iron hand. Michael today is very much more mellow in comparison. So remember this, we will come to a time where things will go much, much more intensely. I personally look forward to this because I am a servant of Michael and a servant of Uriphiel. And that is what I prepare myself for the dark times to come, for the chaos, for the war against all. What the apocalypse is prophesizing. I am an apocalyptist after all. So it is not a nihilistic, destructive view. It truly is. We know this will come. That is why we build the counter force. The force that can stand strong in anything, the servant of Uriphiel. You see where I'm coming from here. If you see the picture, you understand where I'm coming from. And, well, there are a few beings I admire as much as Michael, Uriphiel, and Christ, and it is just the feelings of gratitude and reverence can't be put into words. They can only be experienced. And you can put it into pictures and poetry, how we... Thank you all. I love you so much. I think this was everything. It was really on a tangent there for a moment, but I think everything I speak about truly has values for some, and might not be the most normal thing you hear in your life, but it is definitely of value to your soul and spirit, I think. Thank you. I love you so much. May you be blessed, guided, protected, and loved by Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, Uriphiel, the hierarchy, every 7 planetary archangels, Seraphim, Cherubim, Thrones, Kyriodities, Dynamis, Exousiae, Archai, Archangeloi, and Angeloi, all bless you and protect you. Goodbye.